Now I'm getting the sound from that. That's weird. Oh, I have sound on. All right. All right. Sorry about that. Hello, everybody. Nice to see everybody in here. This is NGS Season 9. This is the first day of the new season, and this is actually the first Division C match. So we have ProBUs versus World Hunger Avoidance Team, sometimes abbreviated as WHAT, and I am Kime, and I will be casting this for you. So using a slightly different stream setup, so if anything is weird with sound or whatnot, please let me know. Otherwise, we can move into things. We are in the lobby, so this is what has happened. So Um, World Hunger Avoidance Team won the coin toss and decided to go for hero pick. So ProBUs banned Dragonshire and BOE, and World Hunger Avoidance Team banned Cursed and Sky Temple. And so ProBUs took us to Shrines for our first map. So we are in that lobby again, just waiting to see what's going to happen. As we get into the first game on Div C of this new season. Kind of difficult to say, predict too much about what's going to be happening with these teams because, well, it's a new season, new players, new teams. Not sure exactly how familiar they are with each other. I think ProBUs has been a similar name in the previous season, but I'm not 100% sure. Um, so we'll see. Infernal Shrines, so we could be seeing things, AoE heroes. Kerrigan used to be traditional on this map, but she has fallen out of favor. I like Kerrigan, so it's always sad when that happens. Kael'thas is often pretty popular here, so I could see a Kael'thas ban or early pick. Sorry, just read it up in the lobby. Zul and Deathwing are two heroes that are basically always banned in Storm League. So, could see that. I was watching, what was it? It was a Div A match earlier by Smiley, I think it was. And Zul actually made it through both of the first two games and won one and lost one. So it'll be interesting to see if something similar happens here or what. And all right, both teams are ready. So we are going to get into the draft. All right, as we wait for the players to enter, we'll see what our bans are. Kael'thas banned by the first pick team. Not surprised by that. They want to be able to pick Zul, probably if what leaves them up. Wouldn't have been super surprised to have just seen that as their second ban though. Just in case. Zul first ban from World Hunger Avoidance Team. Like I was saying, that's pretty expected. I think I've seen Zul in like 2 Storm League games in the last month. So Johanna also a pretty common ban. Just in general, she also is pretty good on this map, just with the kind of point control she can have. Sarah Tool, so that leaves Deathwing up if either team wants him. Honestly, I like an early Deathwing pick, but I know it's more common to see Deathwing wait till later picks. Garrosh first pick. So Garrosh is a strong hero. The issue with Garrosh on this map in particular is that it can sometimes be a little bit risky that you don't throw one of the little shrine monkeys. So Garrosh is just gonna have to be careful with that. Greymane, Rhaegar. Oh, I wonder if we're gonna see Bloodlust. That would be fun. Rhaegar though is pretty strong in basically any comp. Safe early, or Greymane is what I meant. Sorry, Greymane. This doggy is pretty strong in any comp. So early, safe early pick. He's decent wave clear and decent shrine clear too. So. And then ProBUs went with Sylvanas and Jaina. Sylv strong pushing with the Punisher. Jaina good all-around mage, good shrine clear. Both make sense. Would be surprised to see healer bans. Yeah. Alex, Anduin, both really popular healers. Alex in particular on this map. Or maybe ProBUs could be brave and go for a no healer comp. That would be fun. Could see a tank ban, or just more assassins. Oh, that tank, okay. So both teams going for the key role that the other team hasn't yet filled, healer and tank respectively. ProBUs is, name's on the wrong side. Oh, ha, oops. Let's see. I wonder if that will work. I'll switch the names. Yeah, ProBUs is red now. Sorry about that. I'm gonna blame them for not putting themselves on the right side of the map, and not me for not paying attention. Anyways, what did I miss? Blaze and Hanzo. Blaze, oof. I'm not a fan of main tank Blaze, personally. There are people who like it. It's just not me. So I personally hope that's an offlane Blaze. Okay. Well, I like it. I'm not gonna lie. Murky is fun. So we have a very traditional team from World Hunger Avoidance Team. They have mage, damage, healer, offlane, tank. Very traditional. And then we have, I would say, not that on the side of ProBUs. With Blaze main tank and Murky offlane. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, I didn't quite fill these out, just a sec. Just trying something new here. I'm gonna see if it works. Alright, let's see if this works. So
the battle begins in
display pop-ups. Oh, I need to swap my scene too. Oh man, first game. Ah, I missed the pop-up there. Try it again. There you go. So yeah, Genzer is on Garrosh, Michael on Sylvanas, Brickhouse on Jaina, and VZ on Malfurion, and Spa Gina on Leoric for the blue team, World Hunger Avoidance Team. 8-bit on Blaze, Tunabriff on Greymane, Avery on Rhaegar, Sage on Hanzo, and John Bunyan on the fabulous Fish Murky. Little engage here in the middle, nothing too surprising. Our offlaners are already up there. Yeah, so the big thing in the offlane is going to be, let's see, did he take, what's the talents? There we go. Murky did take bribe, so Leo's big thing is going to be clearing the pufferfish. That's Leo's job. Blue having a bit of a faster rotation. Jaina and Sylph getting that wave clear pretty quickly. Red first on their camp though. Sylvanas on their camp. Sylvanas doing it solo, which means that she is going to be a good, 10, 15 seconds maybe behind on that camp. First blood on Murky, no! Egg is right up here, so Murky will be back. He is missing a tiny bit of experience. Red using their rotation advantage, gonna go for the camp, but they see WorldHungerAvoidanceTeam, and so decide to back out. And Hanzo get low, make it out. Still bloodless on the bottom. Both teams taking shots at each other, but no one really having the chance to finish it. Ooh. Blaze was thinking about the Jaina, still thinking about the Jaina. It's not going to be the easiest kill, but Greymane and Murky should be able to, yeah. And Blaze seals it. Nice, I like it. Going for the what is it, Shaman camp up here? Might as well. They had a pretty good idea of where the rest of WorldHungerAvoidanceTeam was, so take that. It probably won't do much, but the Shaman camp is the kind of camp that will if you let it. Blue's gonna have to respond. They're not yet. Murky trying to get that soak and dies for it while their team is camping. Let's see, anything fun with talents? Neural Stim Pack, pretty common with Blaze. I see Unstoppable a lot, but it may be different with the main tank Blaze going with Neural Stim Pack. Q-Build Hanzo, sounds good. Stealth. Oh, Cocktail build for Greymane, I guess just for the full shrine. I don't usually go for this one, but it gives you a lot more area for the Q. Both offlaners you can see hanging up. Leo's starting to come down. Maybe just for the soak, maybe not. Looks like a very easy objective though for WorldHungerAvoidanceTeam. 35 to 10 at this point. Ooh, almost lost. Oof, 27 HP I think that was on Malfurion. That was close. Mortar Punisher. Mortar Punisher is not the worst, I would say. Frozen's probably the best Punisher at this point. So Red's probably okay with that. And indeed, Blue's not even planning on it. WorldHungerAvoidanceTeam is saying, Punisher do the Punisher thing, we're gonna go push somewhere else. ProBUs coming up now to defend. Yeah, mostly disengaged, got a wall almost down here, and the full wall bot the Punisher got. I'm looking at more builds here. Unstoppable from Garrosh into the fray, both common things from Garrosh. Jaina going full Frostbot build, not on 1, but either on 1 or 4 for Jaina you really need some mana regen usually. And I like the 1 personally, so. Less healing on Malfurion's Vines. I feel like that's a pretty rare one. Everybody still goes with the Ent, the Treant, or whatever it's called. Broccoli. Oof. This has been a really low kill game, except for Murky, and I've been impressed at how WorldHungerAvoidanceTeam has managed to dodge these deaths. But it's been well done. Let's see, I don't really know Sylph builds, but I'm in a stacking one. Merc Queen, okay, I know that. Neil Peasants is really common from Leo. And range of Strange Hope. Murky, double soaking. Oh, the roots with the reduced healing. Oh, almost made that out. So I think that's, yeah, first real kill there. Um, from anybody. Murky doesn't count. And World Hunger Avoidance Team is going to take that and go for the keep. Fort. Seizing the advantage they had there with the empowered mercs with the 4v3 advantage. Makes sense. Camps are mostly Murky's bribe in this one. Yep. Sneaking that in like a good Murky should. Now, World Hunger Avoidance Team, just get that tower back and off, being really patient. Shrine in 30 seconds. What is this? This is an arcane shrine. Okay, so this will be an arcane punisher, which means I think they go in order, so the next one after this will be frozen, which will be a big one. But arcane can do some pretty consistent DPS if you leave it. Alright, and we have ults on both teams, you know, a minute or so ago, but look at it now. Wailing Arrow from Sylve and Tomb, both standard. Twilight Dream, standard. Water Elemental, this is going to be especially really big at 20 with Wintermute. Warlord's Challenge. All the ults you expect to see. Bit of an engage, into the Thray front, out, and a 3-person taunt. Murky, oof. Lots of low health bars. Are they going to be able to finish things off? Blaze is low. Almost made it out, but that water elemental finished it. So, very good fight from World Hunger Avoidance Team. They did, ProBUs did get that first kill on Garrosh, but it looks like they may have just overextended for it. Especially going into this choke point versus Jaina and Tomb was able to split him off. That hurt. Looking at ults for the red team, Bunker Drop, Cursed Bullet, we do have Bloodlust, which is great to see, Dragon's Arrow, and Octograb. We saw some of those in that fight. So the question, it looks like, yeah, World Hunger Avoidance Team is going to actually hold this shrine for a little bit, keep it at 39, until they are more comfortable, so they think they have an advantage. Oof. The bullet into finishing off the Greymane was solid, and then, into Malfurion. Lots of fights. During that, Leo did finish off the shrine, seeing that the fight was not going their way. We wanted to make sure that they didn't lose it. So just grabbing the Punisher, it's not going to do much because Blue's not able to push with it. But while Red defends, Sylve is able to grab these mercs. Leo's able to push up here. Leo's gotten this whole wall down up here. And then the Punisher just in general gives World Hunger Avoidance Team time to respawn. So for 13s for both teams, Remorseless, Ominous Wraith, so Leo is going to go for the Spooky Walk build, where you can reduce damage and then get cooldown reductions on those. Movement speed, Icy Veins, lots of DPS. Jaina misses out on some big defensive talents here, but and then shield on Groundbreaker. So ProBUs, seeing that they have an advantage, gonna try to push advantage bot. Gonna try to push a little bit, but not enough time because Leo is able to take that top fort, the last part of it at least, alone. Let's see, Suppressive Fire, reducing spell power, that's going to be really good with both a Jaina and Sylvanas on the other side. Increasing range, Lightning Shield. Ooh, I missed the Leo kill, oops. Ninja Assassin, Rejuvenating Bubble. Mostly standard, decently common. Top 1 or 2 talents for most. Looks like World Hunger Avoidance Team gonna run up here and grab the Shaman camp. It's the only camp available right now, so ProBUs probably just gonna start pushing lanes, soaking up to 16. They don't see any of the blue team, I believe. Yeah, they see Leo now. Okay, so now they know where they were. They were probably a little bit nervous about pushing out too far, not knowing if there's a bush party anywhere. But we have an invade. And Red not wanting this fight, it looks like. Even though they're even levels, ProBUs just giving that one up, thinking that they're going to wait for a stronger advantage before they take a fight. However, now Murky or someone is going to need to go top, because both of these Shaman camps will push hard. A little posturing. It was a bit of a bush party, but Blaze scouted that out. Just posturing. Posturing around this Merc camp. Both teams want it. Going in? Yeah, Red's going in. Multiple ults used here. Tomb blocking off the retreats, throwing Blaze in, looking really good for World Hunger Avoidance Team as they get a quad kill. 3.5 with Murky. So ProBUs engaged for that kill, but they weren't able to really come through with what they wanted for that fight. But they weren't able to come through with what they wanted. And then during that whole time, lost 80-90% of their top keep, which is unfortunate. So just looking at levels is only a level ahead for blue, but the building and structure damage is significantly in blue's favor. So ProBUs is really going to want to figure something out, change something what they're doing, on how they're going to take advantage of this. Ooh. So doesn't have bunker for another 5 seconds. They did get Sylve, missed Dragon Arrow, stun on the Jaina, they slow on the Jaina, and Jaina dies. Looked a little bit scary for Blaze initially, but the red team was able to come from a little bit of a flank there, it looked like. Now that red has a 5v3 advantage, they're going to try to push Leo out. And even though there's a 30 minion, 30 monkey advantage here, that's strong. That's fast. The bullets took off a good chunk of health there. Took off actually 40% of the remaining health, if I want to be precise. Murky going to just clear. The rest of blue taking the camp on bottom here. And we're going to see what this Frozen Punisher is able to do. So, Frozen, I have Murky selected somehow. Not really sure why. There, okay. Frozen Punisher can be really big because it can disable buildings. So if you take the Frozen Punisher disabling, you know, that evens out the Sylve advantage that they would have had. So red is now able to push in here with no fear of the buildings. Oh, although missed most of the building there. Red would really like to get at least this fort, but it looks like it's not going to happen. Greymane trapped in Tomb. Greymane's not able to get out. And now Blaze has bunker. He needs to drop it. Did drop it, but probably too late. Ooh, snaked through there, almost made it out. Murky may die, but Murky doesn't matter as much. So 2 of red still alive. World Hunger Avoidance Team is gonna be going for this keep. Hanzo and Rhaegar's goal is really gonna be poke, don't die, don't let them core. So, and looks like World Hunger Avoidance Team is not even gonna try. Take a look at talent skin. Normal. Alpha Killer, pretty normal. Strong Slow with Rhaegar. Piercing Arrow, standard. Fish Oil is pretty standard with Murky. As much as Murky has standard talents. Life Drain. The walk cooldown and such, as expected. Increased heal. Root on Jaina. And then stun on the throw. What'll be interesting is very soon, yeah, right now, we got 20s. So extra heal, Buried Alive is a big one. Buried Alive and Winter Mute are game-changing ults. So, not in a very happy place for ProBUs to be right now. Trying to keep this keep alive, but it looks like what is going to take it. Being able to disable it for so long with empowered mercs, this still is really, look at damage and such. So you can see Sylv's not, not even, still the third on siege damage, but the amount that she's able to enable with the damage on forts and keeps has been pretty huge. Alright, so one keep left for red, but game's not over till it's over. Blue's gonna go for this last merc camp, the only one on the map, and in 30 seconds we will see the shrine. We each have 20s from both teams now. Fortified bunker. Oh, upgraded bullet. That's an interesting choice. It's a fun one. It's a relatively new talent. Reduces the cooldown of bullet down to 10 seconds. Is that right? Oh, well, it says that. But also reduces the amount of damage it does. Upgraded Bloodlust, upgraded play of the game, Big Tuna. Upgraded Bloodlust. Oh, I'm lagging a little bit there. Oh, upgraded Bloodlust did not have the impact that they wanted. Lasts for forever though, you can see Blaze was still upgraded there. And they're getting some good damage there. Malfurion is low, Sylve is low. Just not enough. Blaze going in to help Hanzo escape. Hopefully Blaze doesn't die though. No, he did. So it was an unfortunate fight for ProBUs. They really wanted they just got to 20s, even levels, had their ults up. They really wanted to see something good happen there. So now WorldHungerAvoidanceTeam is going to have a very tough, well, they're going to have a very easy shrine with mercs mid. That's not going to do too much, just help the wave and the catapults get there a little faster. They may even go for these other mercs. No, okay. Oh, they are going to go for them just to get the Punisher first. So double mercs mid, Punisher coming bot. There is a full keep here, and that keep is going to, well, it's going to be ProBUs' big chance, but oh, Blue's just ignoring it anyways. I was going to say Sylve was able to disable it probably, but Sylve was just going with the team straight for the core. All ults are up for Blue. Wailing Arrow used. Frost Ellie used. Water Ellie, sorry. Everybody's still alive here. Many ults have been used though. Alright. Murky the first one dead, not the biggest deal. But the core is just falling way too fast. And so that's going to be game for WorldHungerAvoidanceTeam. First game. Solidly played throughout. ProBUs definitely had some good fights in there, just not the big fights that they wanted. Switch to stats then. So taking a look at the stats, see 12 kills to 9. So the kills, were relatively even. It was just that World Hunger Avoidance Team, I think, got their big fights when they needed, and ProBUs wasn't quite able to get exactly what they wanted. Um, Not when the shrines were up most of the time, things like that. Looking at siege damage, as expected, the two offlaners doing a big chunk as well as the XP. And then hero damage, you know, Hanzo, Greymane, really doing a lot of damage. More than the winning Jaina and Sylvanas were able to do. Um, so, it wasn't a matter of damage not being there. It was just, in those instant few seconds where the fight was happening, they weren't able to get those kills that they wanted. Uh, Red ProBUs often brought World Hunger Avoidance Team down low. They just weren't able to finish off kills enough in the big fights. And so with that, let me mark this. I think I have my bands and such swapped now. So what is blue? Yeah, all right. Let me update my maps here. We'll take a look at that in a sec. Cursed Sky Temple. And this was picked by red. ProBUs picked the map, yes. The winner was blue. So taking a quick look. Yeah, there we go. Yes, looks like everything is right here. So I will be right back. I'm gonna take a quick bio break as we get the lobby set up for the next game. Well, I figure out who picked the next map. The next map is going to be Towers of Doom. All right. All right, so yes, next map is going to be Towers of Doom. Towers. All right. Got it loaded up. Let me switch over to the draft. Oh, yeah, and it was picked by World Hunger Avoidance Team, I believe. Alright, so a Zeratul ban. Let me make sure the teams didn't switch on me. Yeah, looks good. Zeratul ban from ProBUs. Okay. Zeratul's a strong hero. So that's fine. Zeratul's also a hard hero to play, so I wonder if they know someone on World Hunger Avoidance Team plays them. Kael'thas ban. Oh, that does remind me. I think Deathwing made it through the whole draft last game, didn't he? Tisk tisk. Zeratul Leo banned. I guess Probus did not like the Leo. Also, Leo's able to double soak on this map, and it is a particularly strong map for double soak offlaners. Second ban, Zul? Or is Zul getting let through? Zul's getting let through, which, again, the double soak on this map is, I would say, quite risky. And yeah, very quickly, Probus decides that's what they want. Countered with Sylvanas Malthael. Malthael's a pretty good counter to that, because Malthael can also double soak pretty quickly. And then Sylvanas, World Hunger Avoidance Team had, I would say, great success with Sylvanas last game. Tank on ETC and Anduin. Okay. So Proba's going for Zul. They feel as it's just a very strong hero, and then tank healer. World Hunger Avoidance Team not wanted to see Grey Mane. Also fits into a lot of comps, makes sense. Probus played it well. And healer or tank ban is what I would expect. Depends on which one Probus maybe feels that they can choke out a little bit more. Garrosh. Okay, that makes sense. Garrosh was effective last game, so get rid of him. And Blue doesn't have a tank yet anyways, so. Jaina again, sticking with what they know. Jaina, Malfurion, okay. 3 of the 4 heroes picked so far are the same as they were in game 1. The swap was banned. Let me get up this team. Breakhouse and Jaina, Visa Malfurion.
This realm needs me.
Kerrigan and Li Ming. So Li Ming, sure, fine, we see that a lot. The Kerrigan, though, is, I mean, not a very common hero, but Kerrigan can definitely, a good Kerrigan can make things happen in scary ways. She's generally not considered in, I think, the best spot, but again, still can make some scary stuff happen. And then no Li Ming this time. Oh. Let's see. And we have Uther main tank. I love it. Uther main tank for World Hunger Avoidance Team. Malthael to double soak. Sylvan Jaina for the damage. Malfurion to heal. And on we've got ETC Anduin for the tank healer, pretty common for both. Li Ming for the mage. Zul's a very strong double soak offlaner. And then Kerrigan as the melee finisher. A little bit of CC. We'll see what happens. I think a lot's going to ride on Sage's Kerrigan because you know, she's a tough hero, but can really get some kills, can secure kills. So let's try this again. Switch over to the game and display pop-ups. Yeah. So Gensers on Uther as the tank, Michael on Sylvanus, Brickhouse on Jaina, VZ on Malfurion, and Spa Gina on Malthael for the blue team World Hunger Avoidance Team. And then over on the red team, ProBUs, 8-Bit on ETC, Tunabreath on Zool, Irby on Anduin, Sage on Kerrigan, and John Bunyan on Li Ming. A little bit of fun stuff on both sides of the draft, with the Uther main tank, with the Kerrigan as the assassin there. Could see fun things. Both teams wanting a win for their first game of the season. First match, sorry. Quick damage pulled out on Uther and on ETC to retaliate. Both of them are going to make it out at about 50-60% health. And ProBUs already doing the rotation with only Sylv down here for the blue team. Anduin have to use his pull to get ETC out. Made sense. There's a root and a blizzard that came after the stun. World Hunger Avoidance Team was ready for that pick. So that does mean now that World Hunger Avoidance Team is going to be a little faster on their rotation to their camp. But Malthael, oh, those were not minions. I don't know if they missed soak then. Alright, so both teams on the camps. Blue a little bit faster. Red, it's not going to be contested, so red will be able to get it just fine too. 10 seconds or so later. Both Malthael and Zool just doing the mid-top dance. Malthael being a little bit higher in HP, Zool being higher in mana, probably won't make a difference. Both teams sticking 4 bot then. So blue did manage to escort their camp in and took out a tower. ETC's low, gonna make it out. I think he may have had Q up still. Oh, that's what I get, not paying attention. Malthael pick. That's what I do as Malthael, get picked. No, so I think World Hunger Avoidance Team should have had visibility that Kerrigan wasn't here. They had a pretty good push going. So possibly lack of communication, maybe just not watching the minimap, but they're going to want to be careful not to let that happen again. Jaina had to go mid there then to cover a little bit. So it was actually 3v3 bot, because counting. Both temples, or all 3 altars are going to be up soon. Traditionally, you would trade off the top 2, and then whoever rotated faster would try to get the bottom one. We'll see what happens there. Good fight going over bot here. Kerrigan's in a bit of trouble being in that blizzard. They are trading up tops, but it looks like blue's gonna get this and get an ETC kill. Just the damage of Jaina and Sylvanas was too much right now for Kerrigan ETC to handle. Kerrigan is generally considered to be an early game hero, so ProBUs is going to want to be turning this around as soon as they can. But going to lose this whole bottom wall before that happens. Alright, we have 7s available, so let's take a look at talents. We have a different build, somewhat at least. Merc Queen's the same, I don't remember about that one, but not Q stacking. Malthael took Fast Pony, Die Alone, Cold Hand, very traditional. Oh, we do have Broccoli now this time. From Malfurion, so no longer the healing reduction. Nature's Cure. I don't really know. We do have an Invade. Zoom out of it. Did have an invade. Not going to get the camp, but going to be able to destroy the minions before they're able to, the mercs before they're able to do anything. We have two top waiting for a Malthael rotation, and there he is. They should have just been a little bit more patient. Oh, I think they could have had that. Oh, and I was looking at the gank there and missed the kill bottom. So World Hunger Avoidance Team with Sylvanas is going to get this bot keep. 20 seconds before the altar spawns, almost exactly when they wanted that to happen. They also have a level lead, but no ults yet. Jaina going the same build as last time. ETC, Prog Rock, Loudspeakers, Pinball Wizard. And I don't really know. Ando and talents. So red is going to try to contest this. They do have all four. ETC's back. They were not able to interrupt Malfurion from getting that though, unfortunately. They may get a kill out of Vengeance. Yes, they got a kill out of Vengeance, which is good. Malthael able to get the top mercs while Zul soaking mid. Does mean unless somebody covers mid that Malthael is going to miss some soak here, but they are covering mid. Ults for the blue team: Wailing Arrow, Last Rites, Twilight Dream, Divine Shield. That was always a bit of a question of what Uther's going to go, and Water Ellie. Overall, pretty standard. Wailing Arrow missed a little bit. Could have been a Kerrigan kill, but Kerrigan was able to dodge that. First one. Yeah, it's pretty standard Kerrigan build as much as she has one nowadays. So Red's really just gonna try to get a pick if they can. Oof. The route into the blizzard is just so painful. So painful. Oh, Calamity. That's a good thing to check. Dominance and Calamity. And then full W build for Zul. And then for ults on the red team, we have Mosh Pit. It's a fun one. Let's see. Interrupts. So it has 1, 2 ult interrupts. Uther could also interrupt with a stun. Light Ball from Anduin, pretty expected. Ultralisk, also pretty standard. Wave of Force, and Poison Nova.
Take the altars and put
So, Red took camps. They want to get this interrupt. ETC's trying so hard, but is not able to. Also, Anduin ult wasn't able to connect, and Divine Shield saves Malfurion. Oof. Are they able to get a counter kill though? Looks like no, they're going to be lucky just to not lose 2 people. Li Ming is not in a good state. Last Rites just barely gets that kill. Uther finishes off Li Ming. Kerrigan also going to fall, which means Anduin is the only survivor out of that team fight. They did get their fort back just with minion pressure, which is great for ProBUs. Getting some. I think that's probably a counter argument to what Kerrigan being good early. I mean, Kerrigan is sure. It's not like she doesn't have bad talents. It's not like she's bad later. But her core hit is strong enough that I think she's. You want an advantage early game with Kerrigan because she can do it. Alright, so blue, again with the Sylvanas, disabling the structure, trying to get some damage here, able to get almost half of the health. 13 advantage to blue, but only about a half level until red gets 13. 1.5 deficit though. Altars coming up in 5 seconds. We do see red really need to start getting these altars, because this map is famous for comebacks at any point. But you don't want to have too big of a disadvantage there. So an easy trade, neither team really wanting to commit to that. I actually would have expected World Hunger Avoidance Team to go for it. A little bit of a bush party, mostly just kind of posturing. Posturing and poking. Both teams taking camps. Blue going to be a little faster with it because Li Ming was clearing the wave. And Blue going to invade with 5, so it is a 5v4 here. Red gets the camp, but ETC dies, and Anduin dies. Zul came down, but Zul was behind Malthea on the rotation. Now these empowered mercs from Sylvanas' Merc Queen is going to be a pretty big deal. Probably just going to take this down on their own. Yeah, took all 3, but Zul getting some good push top here, like that's a solid wave. Bottom's generally what you want the most, and Malthea's here to counter that. But any damage that Zul can get in here is great, because if they're able to rotate up here and take it later, that can be a big way to win. So 13s and 16s, Cold Embrace, Will to Forsake, Unstoppable, and yeah, Unstoppable for Malthael as well. Oh, this is not what I normally see. Mortality on 16. Okay.
The time is now.
Same mouth, Malfurion,
The altars in my
Benediction,
name.
Root again on Jaina. Both teams trading top. Red not having this keep to fall back on, just having to give up the mid altar as well. Mic check, push forward. Chrysalis, see if that comes into play. Illusionist again to kind of sync with Calamity. And then again full W build from Zul. So with this keep now down to just, about 25% health, Red's going to be able to take that pretty easily. We'll see what World Hunger Avoidance Team does. Looks like they're going for Boss. Boss at this point is a really nice choice. If they get it, it'll bring ProBUs down to 4, which means any single altar in the next phase, and there will be 2 of them. They do get the boss. ProBUs just a little bit short. So next altar phase, ProBUs is going to need to either before that get a keep or get both altars. Those are going to be difficult, but not impossible. They are going to be even levels here now. So Inner Focus, Showstopper, Armor on Power Slide, yep. Fight here, they're trying to invade. Not the best sync of the ults, kind of overlapped them a little bit. But they've got a 3-person mosh still. Oh, double stun from Kerrigan. Oh, that was the fight that ProBUs has been wanting. 3-person mosh pit, double stun on Kerrigan. Just burning through the HP, and right before altars spawn. That fight, that was a perfect invade from ProBUs. Really great call. Kept him in the game here. Now what do we got here? Yeah, bonus damage on Impaling Strikes, Mirror Ball, and then, so even if you go W build on Zul, the 16 can be a little flexible on what you take. He did go more W. The other options are, Slow and Bone Spear, I believe. But yeah, so Zul in team fights is going to be scary. He's going to be healing. If he gets into melee range with the enemy team, he's going to be healing, attacking very quickly, and reducing almost by half the damage the whole enemy team does. Alright, what's happening here? Oh, they're not really in position for a bush party. Yeah, unfortunately Red was a little bit split if they were wanting to do that. Pull there, yeah. It's a good thing Andon had that pull. I think it would have been bad. Wasted that strides. It was a good attempt. ETC was getting low, but Andon was able to heal him up. Level 16 Zul OP. I mean, yeah, this is a strong talent. Like, I've seen all the others as well, but this is strong. Big fight, multiple ults going out. We saw Poison. We saw Twilight Dream, but despite that, Malfurion being the first to fall, Mosh Pit. Oh, that was a beautifully timed Mosh. Oh my goodness. This late game ProBUs, they are just on point here. Early ults from World Hunger Avoidance Team that they hoped were going to get them more. But ProBUs was able to mitigate that damage, mitigate the effects. And then when they came back, they had it. So with 5 of blue dead, ProBUs is going to take this keep. Probably just the one keep before they channel. With what, 15 seconds? Yeah, it looks like they're taking the one keep. They're going to channel and grab these mercs. So that has been, what, 2 really strong team fights from ProBUs in a row. Coming back from a very big deficit of 4 to, what, like 30 or so? I'm trying to think, it was 5 plus 4 plus 4, I think? So 29, something like that? Coming back from a very big deficit, still behind, for sure. Like, they need to do that again. Possibly even twice more. But this has kept them in the game now twice in a row. So mid keep looks like at half health. Getting the root on Uther. He does have Divine Shield up, so they're gonna have to keep that in mind. Red ults are down. A lot of damage going out on the back line of blue. So they're backing up, healing up. There's nothing to be fighting over here, so if they're able to get out, that makes sense. So red's going to try to take mercs, blue's going to try to push mid, soak if they can. And the important thing for red right now is keep this keep. We do have 20s for ProBUs. Death Metal, oh, I love this talent. It's so bad. I mean, if you get hit with a Death Metal, it's oof. It's very strong talent. Variance Legacy, Blink, Kerrigan Blink. Big Repulsion, 20, the Poison Nova upgrade. If he doesn't die immediately after casting Poison Nova, Zul will not die for a while. Oops, sorry, I scrolled there wrong. Alright, so we do have a 4v5 here from ProBUs. And they technically don't actually even need this, but they want it. They've had good fights and they want to keep it going. Another 3-person mosh into 4-person. Oh my, these moshes. I don't think they've had a less than 3-person mosh in the last 3 fights. Wow. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say. The synergy of ProBUs in those last few fights was amazing. I'm gonna say, in particular, I'm gonna say those mosh pits. I think the mosh pits, because again, I think there was like 3-3-4 for the number of people that ETC got in the mosh pits there, which is, not fair, really. All right. Just taking a quick look at the stats, 9 to 15. So again, you can see it wasn't a blowout for kills. In particular, the early game there, you could see World Hunger Avoidance Team got the majority of the kills. And then later game, ProBUs came back. Looking at hero damage, nice mix in the top 3 there for hero damage. All 3 over 40k of Sylve, Li Ming, Jaina. Kerrigan, a little bit lower on the damage, but, got it when it counted. Looking at Siege, Zul and Malthel, as expected. When you've got double soaking offlaners, that's what you see. Really strong healing numbers. Anduin had more healing than Malfurion, but there's 2 healers there, so it kind of makes sense that they were split a little bit. Yeah, and so what was that? That was game 2 was Towers of Doom. Just fill this out. Picked by the blue team and won by the red team. So assuming that I haven't messed up this, assuming I haven't been messing this up, first pick has been critical. So we will wait and see here what the third match is going to be. 1-1, I'm going to assume that the, let's see, World Hunger Avoidance team lost that one, so I'm guessing they're going to probably go for first hero pick and let ProBUs pick the map because that seems to have been the way to win. Alright, sorry, had some sneezes there. Alright, so again, just waiting to see. I can pull back the stats. Alright, we've made it to the next map. The last map of the game, of the series, is going to be Volskaya. Let's see. Let's take a look at chat. Yeah, chat liked the fights there. And apparently, ProBUs has had an even bigger comeback than that, which is impressive. Okay, so last one is Volskaya Foundry, and as expected, ProBUs is the one that picked the map because World Hunger Avoidance Team. Oops, let me switch my scene here. World Hunger Avoidance Team decided to go for first hero pick. First hero pick again being the thing that causes you to win in this series. Alright, just waiting for. Okay, it looks like the 10th player just got in the lobby. So, first series of Division C. Well, there's a second Division C series going on right now, but this one started earlier, so technically still first series of Division C, NGS Season 9, and we make it onto Game 3 with really tight games. So this is a good way to start. Now, hopping over to the draft. Volskaya Industry with World Hunger Avoidance Team getting first pick. Volskaya, did I say Volskaya Industry? Volskaya Foundry. Right. Yeah. Worried not on the brawl map. So yeah, I would not be surprised to see an ETC ban from World Hunger Avoidance Team. It was scary. And honestly, yeah, Kerrigan's a risky hero. Because a bad Kerrigan is dead weight. But yeah, Kerrigan also did really well there, I think. I mean, all the heroes did well, just calling out some specifics. Kerrigan being one of the more hit or miss ones. And ETC, those last few fights, yeah. Blue team sees it. World Hunger Avoidance team sees it. ETC, those last few, when the majority of your team is just there dancing, you lose the fight. That's just how it goes. And especially on the last one or two fights too, the Anduin was able to time the ult a little bit better, so that as the mosh pit ended, anybody left got hit with the stun. Um, just noting again, pretty sure Deathwing's made it through both drafts so far. As someone who really likes Deathwing and thinks that he's still a bit overpowered, I don't approve. But that's okay. Joe first pick. Joe's is kind of the gray main of tanks. Solid, fits into many comps, pretty easy to pick early. You like having a Joe on your team. Now, with 2 picks, let's see what ProBUs does. Value in tanks and healers. Do they have some assassins that they really want? Okay, so ProBUs is like, we're done with you having Sylvanas. Sylvanas has gotten very high value from World Hunger Avoidance Team. Besides the damage that she's able to pump out, just being able to nullify a fort or a keep, World Hunger Avoidance Team has taken huge advantage of that. And Mal'Ganis is a pretty solid hero as well. I've heard that Mal'Ganis is bad versus ETCs, but ETC's banned, so hey. Jaina again from World Hunger Avoidance Team. They're just happy with that Jaina, which hey, you know, if it's working, go for it. Let's see, Brickhouse on that Jaina, Spadgina getting back on Leo. Leo was banned on game 2, but they picked him on game 1, so a hero they like. So let's see, we've seen Sylv in every game this series, but first time now for ProBUs. 8-bit. Malfurion ban. Malfurion's been picked both games from World Hunger Avoidance Team. You know, they like Malfurion, ban Malfurion. And also, the roots have been on point with Malfurion. Almost every pull that Anduin had to do last game was because of a Malfurion root. And speaking of Anduin, hey, ban him. So we need healers from both sides. Stukov.
This realm needs me.
Stukov, I like Stukov, one of my favorite healers to play, so it's cool to see Stukov in here. And Li Ming, again, same here as last game for John Bunyan, so strong mage, comfort pick maybe. Now we should see healer and more damage. Maybe auto attack damage? Oh my Ev and Deckard. Okay. Both heroes that are not super common. So Mav is another one of those heroes that's, I think, difficult to play, but a good Mav player can, you know, like Kerrigan almost, can really turn games. And then Deckard is not a hero that you see too frequently in the meta anymore. So I will be glad to see how it turns out. I understand the Deckard on this pick. You're fighting over 1 point for a long time, and you know where that point is, so you can go get set up, you can have lots of potions for people. Sure. And then Falstad. Falstad is an interesting pick. A lot of times you see Falstad for the global. It's not the only thing that you have Falstad for, just common. And this, you know, globals are good on every map, sure. This is just not really the biggest map. So not the most common that you would see a global on. But, you know, things like Gust can change. There's no boss to fight over on Gust here, but still big. Swap to the game. Yep. And then let me just get my stuff all set up here. Alright, so we are on now game 3 of the first Div C series. In season 9. So Genser's tank player on Johanna, Michael on Maev, Brickhouse on Jaina, VZ on Deckard, and Spa, Gina on Leoric. And then over on ProBUs on the red team, possibly doing some Sylvanas shenanigans down bot. We have 8-bit on Mal'Ganis, Tunaruf on Sylvanas, Irbi Stukov, Sage on Falstad, and John Bunyan on Li Ming. And yes, they're going for a quick tower here with Mal'Ganis zoning. They're getting it. Quick, easy tower. WorldHungerAvoidanceTeam is going to be able to get this wave, so they may miss out on XP unless ProBUs comes up, but still, quick tower. Can't complain about that. Alright, so now we start getting back into the more traditional lanes. And we do see, even though they got the tower, there is an XP lead for blue, because I think red missed a little bit too many of the minions. But that'll even out over time. Invade on the turret. I love this aggressive invade. So brave. Let's see if it's going to pay off. Mal'Ganis gets on it, puts a big stun, big sleeps. Oof, it was a brave invade, but it did not pay off. Yeah, if you let Mal'Ganis, if you group up against Mal'Ganis and he knows where you are, the stun, the sleep, that's just too much CC. Quickly looking, I don't understand Maev talents at all. Field talent to death, Sapphire. Yep, increased slow. Balls of Hope. I think the other one is trait on one that you could take here. Still going for the heal. Same Jaina talent as every game so far. Winged Guard, which was banned but has been fixed, I believe. Gathering Storm. I feel like I don't see that often. Force Armor. Not the stacking quest. Oh, that's a fun one too. That's not what I usually take on Stukov on one. This is a harder one, I think. So this is going to be... That makes sense. You're up against a Leo, Joe, Maev. They're going to try to get in your face. So if they try to get in your face, punish them for it. Red taking their camp up here. Looks like Blue's positioning to also take the camp. We have fours for both team. Sudden Vengeance, sure. Percent damage, can't complain about that. Neil Peasants, the default. No one's on the point. Ruby, oh, Decker's just going full gem build, huh? I like it. Since exposed, and then Q. Fueled by Torment. Static shield, getting a shield. Big orb, so no dominance from Li Ming this time. Different from last game. Merc Queen and Vigorous reactive battle because you have 30% more when detonating through more healing passages. Okay, so going for big, like team-wide ancestral, basically is the plan. And the trade-off for that is that you don't get the cooldown and mana reduction from one good spread. Man, these Stukov talents are hard talents. They're too hard for me to play. So detonating 1+ Jewel will reduce the cooldown. So Stukov's going to really be having to keep track of where are his disease things and on whom. False side clearing bot, which means that it's going to be a bit of a 5v4 in Blue's favor here. Now 5v5. Mal'Ganis already quite low though when this started. Oof, Mal'Ganis still both fall. Val's able to get in the backline and get Jaina down, and honestly, Maya's really low too. Leo's low too. Oof, yeah. So initial 2 kills from blue, but red was really able to come back in that fight. In particular, that Falstad flank was able to zone out the Jaina, and then kind of enable the rest of the team to take advantage of that. Swapping around heroes there, makes sense. What do we have? Calamity, Boomerang, yeah, that's a fun one. Spreading Plague, Barb Shot, and then talked about targeted decision already. So red is going to be wanting to go for the fountain. Because if the next point is guaranteed to be up here, fountain dead means that blue's going to have less of a place to regroup, heal up. Well, again, it's getting low, but able to get out, able to get heals. With half of the protector, but only 10 seconds, would make sense to just kind of go get it to tank some of the towers, see what you can get here. 3 seconds left, time to run away. Same, Leo build's been the same. Less momentum, cooldown reduction, same build for Jaina. Yep, so a lot of people that have been playing the same heroes have their favorite builds. Makes sense. 30 seconds, okay. Leo just being a melee offlaner is going to have a little bit of trouble against Falstad, being ranged. Leo's going to want to be able to ghost walk up and get the damage on, or just clear the wave and back off. This turret's up in 5 seconds. Be curious to see if anybody goes for it quickly. Going for the camp up here as it's up, like it. This support camp has been available, and yeah, I was gonna say it's been available the whole game so far. Oh, I think Mal'Ganis saw the ghost, the spirit there, so Mal'Ganis should know. Yeah, he was thinking about it, but it was a little bit too late. Red going for their turret camp now. 30 seconds later than they could have, but they were busy getting their siege, so makes sense. Sylve, I assume she has trait. Yes, so Sylve trait now is going to try to push this in. I'd almost like to see him go for the fountain here. But it looks like they're going to get the keep anyways. Missed the kill on Mal'Ganis up there. Blue taking advantage of the fact that all of red was down here. Oh, Falstad didn't make it over, so he has to fly out now. And it looks like Stukov will also die, but those weighted pustules, I think, made a big difference. Oh, that was a beautiful gust, because you could see Deckard getting ready to put everybody to sleep. And if that had happened, then blue would have been able to, World Hunger Avoidance team would have been able to get back their healing turret that they dropped, and almost certainly kill Stukov. So it was an exciting couple minutes, but quick look, we've seen some of the ults already. Carrion Swarm, expected. Mighty Gust, expected. Wave of Force, Wailing Arrow, Flailing Swipe. We've seen, 3 of those already at least. Gotta fight. Oh, that was a Joe ult that missed. Looked like it's going for Mal'Ganis, but. And then Sylve trait was active, but unfortunately not quite able to get much damage onto it. Ults on the blue side, we have Warden's Cage, that's normal. Interesting, March of the Black King, so no Entomb this game. Stale One Listen, which we almost saw. Blessed Shield, which we saw miss, and Ring of Frost this time instead of Water Ellie, which makes sense because you've got a combo. Entomb also combos well with that, but maybe they think that they've got enough area control with Warden's Cage that they'd rather just have damage healing. So unfortunately, it looks like Red's going to lose their advantage that they had maybe with the Fountain. Yes, Fountain dies. Even levels, but Red has an advantage in numbers here because Leo is still bot lane. And they did see that a second ago. Good Joe ult to disengage. Sylve needs to try to stay in range of the turret so that it gets buffed, but instead she's going for the minion wave. little bit of posturing, and red is kind of split here, so this could work in a couple ways. If they're able to collapse in, that could be good. But if World Hunger Avoidance Team is able to engage half of the team, like it looks like they're trying. Oof, red's able to sneak out almost. We'll see what happens. Oh, Ring of Frost just deletes Falstad. And Joe falls after that. Stukov also dead. Leo is very low and also dead. Psh, these resets on Li Ming. Look at this. Look at that. All she needs is one kill. So you can see like that started off with, you know, a 2-for-1 trade. But Li Ming just needs that one before she can really start going. So, you know, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99% for blue, but they were already off the point. Red is already on. With Maev still not respawned yet, probably going to give this. Both teams, neither team really at 16 yet, and they would both want it, but no, blue's going to fight. So they're going to try to do a 5v4 as best they can. Unfortunately, it did not work out in their favor. Gus to disengage, so still now a 5v4. Nice silence onto both of the warriors. Falstad does go down. Leo ult only gets one hit on Sylv, so not enough healing. Oof, big orb. I think Maev needs to leave. Okay. Oh, she had her spirit. Okay. Oh. And we have a game pause. So... just take a look at that. Yeah, having a little bit of lag. It's fine, we'll figure this out. Won the fight with lag though, so hey. Can't have been that bad, right? Oops, sorry, keep scrolling. Let's take a look at the stats then. Top 3 damage dealers, all 3 of them are the assassins on ProBUs. Followed by Mav and Jaina not able to get out the damage that she wants. She's 2/3 of the way almost to her Frostbite, which is Ice Block, which will be really helpful. And Icy Veins, she's going to hope that she can start pumping up this damage number now with Icy Veins. If she's able to survive Icy Veins, I mean, look at that. I keep scrolling, hitting the edge of the screen scrolling. Icy Veins does a bunch of damage. We can show, there we go. 200% faster cooldowns and reduced mana costs, which means she just becomes a machine gun of damage. Taking a look at the ults, so we know we just had a big ult fight there. We do still have Stay While and Listen, which is also a good setup for Ring of Frost, which is still up. Going to be a little hard to get the value out of that though, given that 2 of Red's team is going to be in the Protector. Wave of Force, short cooldown, it's expected that's up, and then Wailing Arrow. Alright, it looks like we're about ready to go. Okay. So a little bit lag, but we're back, ready to go. Didn't take too long. Sylv and Stukov in the Protector. Looks like they're just gonna go straight for the top fort. They already had the wall down. Makes sense to get this. Traditionally with this Protector then you would go down and go for bot fort or bot well, but it's dead. Ooh. They almost got a Morgana's kill, which would have been rough considering that Red has the Protector. So right now, just getting waves. I'm curious to see what they're going to do next. Go for the mid fort. Basically just going to say, I want to get all the forts down. Okay. Red needs to be a little careful though, because they don't really have protection or heals. Well, they don't really have heals right now. Yeah, so backing out as the protector starts to lose its HP, trying to get out of the way. And immediate flailing stripe to disengage. A flailing swipe to disengage. Makes sense. Alright, all the camps are up. Both teams are 16. Blue going for the aggressive camp, trying to get the heal. It's a bit of a risk, so they're just going to fight. They do have more ults up. So, Maiev going on the back line, and Mal'Ganis and Falstad going on Blue's back line. Maiev getting some good resets, taking down Stukov. Going down herself, though. And then most of Blue looks really low here, so they need to get out. Jaina had shield, or Joe had shield, so she's out. So 3 for 1. They got the kill on Stukov, which is good. But it cost them a little bit too much to do so, and they weren't able to get the Healy camp. It was an aggressive decision, knowing that they were 5 up, even levels. Red was right next to you. They must have been hoping that Red was going to go for their turrets first. Alright, taking a quick look at 16s. So we do not have root on 16s this time. Instead we have Northern Exposure. Yeah, that'll combo pretty well. If Jaina's able to get Northern Exposure into a Ring of Frost, the Frostbite and the lower 20 armor there is going to be huge damage. Heals on Joe. Oh, that's not one I see very often. Stun on Deckard. So usually you don't see that because Deckard's not auto-attacking anybody. But given how deep Red is diving, and Deckard's gonna have a chance. Wraithwalk build again for Leo. Vengeful Knives. Sure. Over on the red side, Plague Bats. Yep, it's common. Airy Gusts. Okay. So faster Z looks like. I think. Or no, that's his. I don't know. I thought that was a Z, but I thought Tailwind was the name of the little dash that he does. But the little dash doesn't have that big of an activation time. I don't know. Mirror Ball, 5 missiles, Unstoppable from Sylvanas, and Pox Populi. Yeah, that's a pretty common one for Stukov. Oh, and the root from Stukov on 13, so we'll have to see if that comes into play.
Control the terminal and bring in the protector.
So point C is up. Neither team really looks to be posturing for it much. Leo may try to get some free points done here, but nope, also going up. There's no camps. I'm not quite sure what the teams are planning on doing. So Red's going down for it. I think Blue's just trying to soak to 20. Yeah, okay. Seeing that Red just got 20 and it was about to, Blue's just trying to be passive. That's his trait. Okay. I thought it was his trait. For some reason I was thinking that Tailwind was the name of his W though. Or his dash, whichever one that is. So that was mixing me up. 20s. Again, yeah, Sleep after Carrion Swarm. Upgraded Wave of Force. Epic Mount, which is extra global, nice and fun. Wait, oh, that's his trait, not his Z. Oh, okay, there we go. That makes sense. I was gonna say, yeah, I was pretty sure that wasn't the name of his Z. I was mixing things up, yeah. Okay, we're good now. Wailing Arrow upgrade. I don't think I see that one very often, but okay, I like it. And Flailing Swipe, pretty standard. Yeah. You can tell I don't play Falstad very much. Leo tried to do his ult in, but died almost immediately. Maiev as well. Ring of Frost tried to get the damage done, but was not enough. Oof. That was a rough fight. Falstad flying in for the guaranteed kill on Jaina. Full team wipe. there wasn't even.
Blue
Oh,
team
there's
has
some
taken
the
control of
point C
objective A.
shenanigans. You always see that a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, this is probably game then. Keeps dead. Most of the team still has 30 seconds till they respawn. And that'll be it. Yeah, good attempt on both teams. World Hunger Avoidance coming really strong showing in the first game. Also, to be honest, pretty dominating in the first half of game 2. But ProBUs able to come back out for that reverse sweep and get the 2-1 victory. Take a quick look at the stats. So we looked at this a little bit. Looks similar to the way it did, honestly, halfway through the game. With the red 3 assassins up top, Mayav being up there, and Jaina not quite able to get the damage that I think she wanted. Didn't see the progress on Ice Block. Too late to check that now, I think. Yeah, you can't check those. So let me reach out and see if we can get an interview from a bit. Yeah, GG's to both teams. Really strong showing from both teams. Either team could have taken that series. And yes, we will do an interview. The chatter. So we will be getting an interview with 8-Bit, the ProBUs team captain. Hey, welcome. Congratulations. Yeah. Any first thoughts that you had off that series? Uh, yeah, I think I noticed that too. The first game, the World Hunger Avoidance team, pretty strong. And then honestly, game 2, the first half of that, it was looking rough for you. It- Yep, it was 4-30. Oh, can't hear. Oh, just a second. Sorry. Let's see. What do I need to do to get you to be heard? Swap to something else. Give me just a sec. Here, let me just switch to this. That'll work for now. Okay, should be able to hear you now. Say something.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello, check.
they should be able to hear you now. Um,
Excellent.
yes, I was actually talking to myself. Yeah. No, yeah. So as you're saying, yeah, you were just saying it looked like a 1.5 to 1.5 series as opposed to 2-1.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm not even sure that we managed to win 1.5 of all the game that was played tonight. So it was definitely a very tense series, but fortunately, it's never over till it's over.
yeah. That was Towers of Doom is a map pretty famous for comebacks.
Hmm.
And someone was saying in the chat actually that you even had a even bigger comeback from I think 1 point last season or 2 seasons ago maybe.
We definitely had. So there's uh, a famous moment in ProBUs history when we were in the Coastal Finals, season 7, playing on Towers of Doom, and I think we were down to both teams had under 4 points on core, and House of Ches had a great engage and caught us out, took down two members, and then rotated straight to boss. So we came up to boss a 5-on-3 fight because we knew that this was the game and
Hmm.
it was gonna decide it. And we were fortunate enough to have a Kel'Thuzad on our team being played by Sage that day, and he just absolutely popped off and five-man wiped him without a sweat to win the match, and we managed to come back and sweep the next two games for a trip to the grand finals. It was a fantastic game and a fantastic set that we played against a really stellar team.
Yeah, sounds like it. And that was the end, and now you're opening up a season with a pretty good set here.
Yeah, a pretty phenomenal one there. Hopefully, one or two of those mosh pits will make the Nexus Edge this week.
Chat was super impressed. If you go back through and watch the VOD at some point, the mosh pits were something to behold.
Thank you. It took
Um,
a moment to piece them together just right, but
yeah,
we
and
got some
then
nice ones there.
the first mosh pit, I think, Ando and Alt overlapped it, which wasn't the most graceful. But then I think the last two, really decisive ones, you timed that Ando and Alt so that as mosh pit ended, it went off. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it looked good.
Oh, with the amount of reps and focus that RB really puts into his Anduin and really all of his healers, it wouldn't surprise me. You know, he's really he really grinds out details like that just to make sure that his CC is as effective as possible.
Mhm. And then one thing I saw, I think that, yeah, you were banning Zeratul at least a little bit. Is that targeted or just don't like Zeratul or?
It was a target ban for sure. We know that that World Hunger has a phenomenal Zeratul player, and Zeratul is one of those heroes that can really just take over a match, really almost any match,
Mhm.
you know, in the hands of a dangerous opponent. So, you know, we knew that if we gave that over and it was just it had the potential to be something that was game changing.
Mhm.
So we decided just to remove that from the equation.
Makes sense. And then you will always have love from me for the Murky pick.
Thank you.
Just want to clear that up. That was amazing. Even though it didn't pan out how you wanted that game, I loved it anyways.
Next time we'll get the W with it.
All right. And then what? Notice the last game then you stole Sylve from them. Was that to not let them have it, or?
Yeah, they had been showing a lot of prowess with that Sylvanas, and you know it's something that's in our repertoire, and we know that we can use it effectively as well. So there was a little bit of a deny there for sure.
Okay. All right. Any secret plans for the rest of the season that you want to tell everybody now, live on stream?
We plan to win games. That's to the best
Hmm.
of our ability.
I see. Well, I'm sure everybody will utilize that to take you down. All right.
Good luck, everyone.
Any shout outs?
Big shout outs to Sage with his ganks and his Falstead play. The Gusts were on point. Definitely huge shout out to Tuna. Your Sylvanas was amazing as always. Shout out to Irby is really been grinding it out on his healers and locking in those synergies between him and I. And shout out to John for always just being a fabulous mage. Shout out to shout out to World Hunger Association. Phenomenal matches. Can't wait to do it again, friends. Shout out to the NGS. Shout out to you, and shout out to my lovely wife and cute child who naps through every one of these matches. But one day maybe I'll be able to show them to you.
Sounds good. Well, you can always have them watch the replays. Cheer you on.
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck with the rest of the season then.
Thank you so much. Have a lovely evening.
You too. Bye bye. All right. And with that, lovely viewers, we're done. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. I put a little thingy in the chat that is new this season, for to give little reviews on casts and streams and such. So if you watch any streams in Season 9 NGS, uh, hopefully the casters will link that. If not, favorite it. And fill it out anyways. Otherwise, have a great season, everybody that's in it, and hope you all enjoy the streams. Bye bye.